Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of the GodSquad SMP. Well, today we're going to be working a little bit more on the bank stuff. This time, instead of actually working on the farm for the bank, we're actually going to try working on the bank. And I'm going to be working with AdermX on building this. And I'm not really sure where we're going to put it. Probably somewhere over by the river. And I'm going to be joining him once he's hopped on, and we're going to work on that. So, we'll see you there. Okay. So let's see, where can we put this thing? Could potentially put it over here somewhere.
I cover up this little thing.
A little cool water, maybe. This wouldn't be a bad spot for it, actually.
We have plenty of room.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing here is this. But even so,
This confusing thing.
I kind of like it.
Who built it?
I think Zephyr did.
It's like, what? 2 repeaters.
Yeah. It's not a complicated device. Let's see. Yeah, either here, or we could even put have the first build inside of the this biome here.
I don't think it'd be the first, because whatever this thing is.
Oh, is it? Oh, what's this? I haven't seen this.
Dairy farm.
Oh. I had no idea.
Milk is free. Oh, that's cool. Free milk.
Actually, yeah, I think. Oh, that one actually is technically not in there, but this. Hey, zombie, how you doing? Goodbye. Oh, I'm on fire. Yeah, I'm just trying to think where we could put it that would be like visible. Because if we put it there, you would see it from over here, right? When you're coming down this, you'd also see it from inside the river, and it wouldn't have much to compete with. And if we put it over here, we might end up kind of encroaching a little bit on this thing. It might be nice if we could kind of build a road around this or something to kind of make it a feature as opposed to just surrounding it with more buildings.
Yeah, that would look cool.
So I'm thinking maybe over here. Just right in this spot. Right here.
Get rid of this thing.
I think that will work. So basically what you want to do with this is just take this stack and just pick a spot where it's going to be one block of water like that that can actually refill itself and just build a tower.
Like 1 block ahead of me.
Yep. Now we just jump back down in the water. And just mine the bottom block. And it'll fall down and turn into solid all by itself.
And done.
Yep. Now, check on the water. Sometimes the blocks go flying around. I think you probably picked up most of mine.
I think I did. I also have 32 powder for some reason. So I'll this.
Yeah, I have a little bit of powder too. Maybe it broke.
It's like I want to see someone like join the server and just see us building these giant pillars,
Like, what the?
and like not know what the heck it even is.
Yeah, they'll just see a tower of something. Like, what is this? Why is there a nerd pole?
want your notification. Now the circle is going to be fun.
Yeah. Nope. Yeah. 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 6, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I did.
Are we going to make the circle 2 block or 1 block thick?
Just one. I think that's going to be the best way to do it. Okay.
It feels off.
It's a perfect circle is what it is.
Okay.
Which the thing usually isn't a perfect circle, at least from the perspective we're given most of the time. Usually it's elongated.
It's also made out of squares. Alright. 190 is my y-axis right now. It's a good view of spawn. This should be the thumbnail tower that still hasn't built.
Rip.
I was actually gonna put something like on top of that hill, but then I saw a sign that said thumbnail tower. It's like, oh yeah, this hill looks cool or something. But
I'm still going. Did you run out?
I'm already at the bottom.
I can't see anything now. I'm so high up I can't see anything.
Oh, I could see the bottom.
Well, I have a shader pack on, so it kind of adds the fog or whatever. Oh, I reached the limit. 256. I can't see the ground, but I think I know where the water is. Woo! I found it. Oh my goodness, look at that. Wow, that's a tower. How far are we? Oh man, we're not even halfway there. We're like a quarter way there. Wow. Thinking there's one other way we could do the making the concrete and everything is have like one person standing there placing the block while the other person is breaking it. So we don't have the concrete powder flying all over the place. Hmm. I'm just looking at this thing. It is hilarious. It is hilarious in scale.
Hold on.
I don't think I'm able to, or we're not finishing this thing today. Just look at how big it is. It's crazy. Oh. And we've gone through, what, at least, I think, 18 or so stacks of gravel and sand. So you would double that. So like you've gone through
Page.
oh 30 someone. Yeah, like 32 stacks of blocks or something. Okay, so I actually had after recording there with Adam, I hopped back on. I was just doing some more gathering up of gravel and stuff to make some more of this concrete powder. And it kind of occurred to me that what we were doing with breaking those blocks and those huge towers was completely and entirely unnecessary because we could just do this and it would turn it into concrete all by itself just by letting water flow over it. Like, what? I mean, it's not perfect, sure, but this is about as high as we're gonna get with it, and we'll have to fill in these like gaps here. But I mean, just look at this. All I had to do, pour a bucket of water on it, it turns into concrete, except probably some blocks hiding underneath here, but we'll deal with that later, whatever, it's not a big deal. But look at that. That's so much faster. Like, no joke. I'll take that over the other option any day. Now I have to go and continue doing this in these other areas, and it's still gonna take a while because I have to go back and get more, probably, more than likely, just to be sure I get enough of this stuff, Just because the sheer amount of blocks we need for this wall is crazy. And I realize this isn't square, like kind of what you might expect or whatever, but we're not trying to make this thing absolutely insane. Can I? Is that the right height? I think that's the right height. It's close enough. So I'm just gonna do this some more. I mean, you pretty much know what I'm doing. I'm building a wall. I mean, nothing fancy here. Nothing uber complicated either. Just need to not fall down and die, although my feather falling boots should prevent me from dying from falling this height, but it would still hurt. So I'd rather not to, you know? Woo! Well, I'll tell you what, that makes it a whole lot faster. If I had thought of that the first time, we probably would be done with at least the walls already. Goodness. But as you can see, I got a lot of this here. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to go make another gravel run, which means diving into the ocean and digging up the bottom. Which actually, speaking of that, I actually discovered a little bit that there's a really thin layer of gravel. You probably saw it maybe when I was digging the first time, assuming you could see it all. And there's one layer of gravel, and then there's stuff like stone underneath it. But you can also find iron and coal. So it's actually a pretty like almost untapped area of resources there. If you don't mind digging up a bunch of gravel on the bottom of the ocean first. Which, I mean, since I have Aqua Affinity and Respiration, it's not too big of a deal. I can pretty easily dig that up without having to deal too much. But I forgot I can actually switch over my torches to my offhand while I have my shovel out. So you can actually see down here. Hey, look, gravel. I guess I missed some when I was down here. So you can actually see what's going on down here while I'm digging, instead of it being like total darkness. I'll tell you what, I'm learning a whole lot of random stuff about Minecraft that I've either never thought about or completely forgot about. So, it's pretty good. I mean, obviously, if I wasn't using a shader pack or anything like that, I wouldn't be able to see, because it wouldn't have the light around the torch. But it's definitely useful for this kind of stuff, recording and whatnot, because otherwise I would just be doing this in the dark, which I don't really mind, because I don't need to see much. And I can also just do that real quick. So that actually makes it a little bit easier, too. And then I can just continue on. Like I said, see? Coal. Look at that. I think that sounds some others. You also find caves that way, too. So as you're going along, if you dig it up, it'll collapse. Like I had one over here, I think. Yeah, right here. There was a cave. I haven't really looked at it all that much. Other than going down there real quick. There was not really anything, but I heard lava, so it's pretty close to the level I would need to be for maybe diamonds or something. Although I am pretty close to the community mine, so it's very, not likely, but definitely possible that it's not that far away from the community mine, that someone's already been in there, so I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time trying to find that stuff. Give me your Leos. Anyway, I'm going to keep digging and try to finish off that thing. Oh, look at that. What's that? Alright, well, this is good. I finished off the walls here. We still have to do the roof and the dome thing. In case you don't recognize what we're working on, this is supposed to sort of be a representation of like Scrooge McDuck's money vault thing. So right now we have this wool here, but eventually we'll put gold blocks on top of it. And I went ahead and expanded this out by 1 block because it didn't look quite right with only one, so it sticks out and looks a little more, you know, structurally sound and what have you. It looks better that way. Plus, it also gives us a little space in case we wanted to put like a staircase or something in there. It should be wide enough to put that in there now, so we could probably do that. And yeah, that's pretty much what's gonna go on here. It's not perfectly square, like I mentioned before. But we didn't want this thing to be absolutely insanely massive. It's already pretty big as it is. The biggest structure besides the church itself over there. And, you know, I guess this will be like the first, not quite, it's not quite a skyscraper. It's just a large office building size thing. So, but either way, I think this is coming along nicely. And I'm working on getting the gold for that right now. That gold farm is working, but it still takes time. I actually need to go resupply it with coal and everything, so I'll probably be doing that in the meantime when we get more stuff for this. We had to make a sand run and everything too, so anyway, I think that's where I'm going to leave it off. So I want to thank you all guys so much for watching, and God bless.